So quickly before the light goes all together, it's getting pretty dark now, I'm just going to stop here and have a fish. The reason why is there's this flat spot too. It clears up to the right, and there's it might be hard to see in the footage, but there's actually a real big dip between where I'm standing and that flat spot over there, and there's a big slope that sits right in here. That slope, when it clears up again, come on focus, that slope will actually fill up and form a nice deep gutter that I can hopefully get some fish into on the breakers that are just sitting just out here. So I've got my rods out. The three that I have here I'm kind of partial to. I like for different reasons. I've got the Seajigger 325H. Hey, this is terrible at focusing. There we go, 325H. I love and the Seabass. This is the 110M and the Sensor Sandstorm 1062MH. So the H and the MH, they stand for medium, heavy and heavy. Now they're all about 10 foot, used for different reasons. So I love the Seabass in the middle there, the yellow rod. That's great for flicking lures. It is super light, like really easy to keep flicking out if you're casting lures. It has a great light feel to it, and a nice flick in the end, so you can really flick your weights out there and you can get great casting distance off them. Seajigger, a bit heavier, still very light. They've updated them. I think they're called the Demon Bloods. They've got a new variation of this same one, but I really still am very partial to this. Nice lightweight rod again. Has a longer handle down the bottom, so you can rest it underneath your arm, and you can hold it without for quite some time without having any dramas, and it's very light. She still has a lot of flick on the end. You still get a lot of sensitivity to your rod, so you can still feel a lot of light stuff. So if you're feeling the fish biting, you're still going to feel it with those tips because they're really light tips. Sandstorm, slightly different. This is one you'll be using more for beach. They do have longer versions of this. You get the 10 foot, 12 foot, 13 foots for your beach fishing and your rock fishing. So not as light as the other two, and it is a little bit more, well, you don't get the same sort of flick in the end. As you can see, as I jiggle, try and shake the rod, the tip does not have the same flexibility compared to the other two. So it's a little bit more robust for that type of thing. So you can flick your weights out there. So be catching, you're looking for getting that out further. The other two will cast for long distances, handling the weights, catching those heavier fish, and without the same sensitivity you're going to get with the other two rods. So slight different purposes for each different three. So I keep all three of them because I'm kind of fancy to them all, for those different reasons and to suit what I'm fishing for. I have smaller ones if I'm on an area where I just want something lightweight. So these ones can handle different weight variations, casting weight, and obviously line weights vary for the heavier versions. So when we're looking at our Seajigger here, probably you can't read this because it is getting very hard to see at this time of the night, but today we're looking at a line weight about 7 to 15 kilo in our cast weight of about 40 to 150 grams. So that's where the weight that you're looking at for the Seajiggers, the 325H. So that's a heavy version. You see, like I said, Seabass 110MH, so medium heavy action rod. Got a line weight, sorry, I'll move that guys, of 7 to 15 kilo, cast one weight of 20 to 80 grams. So different casting weights, a lighter cast, but like again, it has a lighter end tip with a lot more flick, so it's a little bit easier to feel the lighter fish, feel those bites in comparison to the other ones. And the Sensor Sandstorm, our stats when we're looking at this one, where is it? It's getting very hard to read. Similar sort of stats we're looking at. Sorry guys, I might be out of shot for you. Move my hand out the way. You probably can't read that at all. But we're looking at a casting weight, a line weight of 6 to 12 kilo, casting weight of 30 to 90 grams on that one. So you can see slight differences between them, and slight different purposes of what you're looking for when you're fishing, type of action you're looking for. Whether I want to cast all day with lures, when I want to throw it out and leave it out floating with something heavy on the end, wait for something bigger, or I'm just mucking around for something all in between. So those are the three main rods that I muck around with when I'm on the beach. You can get bigger ones if you really that inclined to go for the longer ones, but they all seem to do the same sort of trick, and I get the distance with the two in the middle just as well, better than the actual Sandstorm, because of that flick at the end when you're casting out. So I'm going to stop talking now, and that's pretty much the end for me, and I'm going to get out to actually throwing these out before it gets dark altogether. But as the tide comes in, we're going to see that fill up altogether, and we should hopefully catch something. And that's me signing off for the night. Cheers guys.